I'm ready.
Right, thoughts on this week, gentlemen?
I reckon some double unders, some kettlebells, and maybe some handstands stuff. That's my thing.
I think it's going to be double dumbbell cluster, right? Double unders and chest to bar.
That sounds mint.
Heard it here first.
Box jumps.
Box jumps. Here we go.
Here we go.
Shuttles.
It's possible in 15 minutes of
It's long.
5 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs, add 5 burpees after each round, then immediately into 23.2B, which is 5 minutes to establish a 1 rep max thruster.
And what are your initial thoughts after reading the workout?
So it's burpee pull-ups and shuttle runs. That's it for 15 minutes.
I think, obviously...
that?
Did you say that?
Burpees and shuttle runs.
Yeah, no, it's a burpee pull-up day.
I'm righter than you are. Not that.
I'm righter than you are.
I think I'll take too much.
Quite hard to judge. Quite hard to judge. Yeah, because people are going to do justas, aren't they?
Obviously, on.
Comfy. Yeah, because people are going to do justas, aren't they? Right, starting now. Clap syncs the audio if you lovely people don't know that. Doesn't it?
Only if you're using 2 cameras.
How are you going to sync it with the...
You're going to go.
Oh, right, well, we're already into that. Okay. Anyway.
So what's the time sitting now?
1938. Okay. Right, so as per, Sammy is reckless.
Definitely.
He's off.
It was hard. I think I've left my lung on the floor.
Yeah, it was
It's interesting.
yeah, as soon as it came out, like, I don't know if it's included in the pre-rut. So Sam's lace is already undone.
I know.
So we're less than 60 seconds in and Sammy's lace is already undone. Yeah, it's really, really low skill.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Grunt work.
That's fine. It's like, because that's a test as well. Nowhere you can kind of almost hide in efficient movement, if that makes sense. The shuttle runs, you said it started to blow up your back, just the constant like lifting up out the bottom on the turn. For me, it was calves.
Yeah.
Like on the turn, my calves were starting to blow up, and
100%.
the standard's really interesting. I mean, even viewing it like this is really interesting. The amount of effort you have to put in for your pull-up has got to be...
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than I have to put in, because on that standard, my fingertips are just below the bar, whereas yours were just above the line of the bar. So you had to go at the higher bar.
My gorilla arms.
With your gorilla arms. Good for deadlifting though.
Ah, yeah.
And that means that every single burpee rep you do, you're expending more energy.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, guys, if you're doing this, you need to be prepared that if you're gonna put something, if we're gonna be running through the rig, that's the only way we can get our classes through. So you might have to move like a plate in and out, something like that, and because you're gonna have to like do the burpee behind.
Like you can see the mat in the screen. We tried to use a blue mat to mitigate the height, but I said screw it, just do it. So
there's a t-shirt there for Sam.
Red line.
there you go.
We had when we were doing our little practice, we kind of paced out how many steps it would be to get to the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that once when I was doing it. It just was like, get me to the other side.
Like, don't bring up the skills. Don't bring up the skills. It's good though. I think like the biggest thing was like I felt the run was more of like getting your paces, like your rest back a little bit.
Yeah.
Just finding like your rhythm, because like I think those sort of shuttles, it's one of those things where it's not long enough where like you're thinking about your stride. So it's one of those things where it's like turn, go. Whereas I feel like going into the burpee pull-ups, it was one of those where you had to get as fast as quickly as possible off the floor straight into that kind of pull-up position.
You're using quite a lot of pull. Like you're jumping and then you can see you are like going to almost like a hang position pull. Right, that was the game changer. At 16 minutes for me, obviously if I double check the standards and I'm not allowed to do that, then I'm going to be wounded, but
I did some too.
Yeah, so we're both out if that's the case. But the underhand pull-up was massive. It made such a difference. It was loads less awkward, wasn't it?
I think like it's using a different muscle group. Obviously you're emphasizing more of your biceps, rather than your lats at back. But I think even like
my back's just blown up a bit now. That might be because of my lift at the end. Stay tuned for that. Don't do what I did. So the underhand pull up. I mean, that was a game changer. It felt loads easier to grip underhand and drag yourself in, and
also the stepping with the burpees. If you look at myself and Jamie, we almost we sync there. It was one of those where it was like just step in. Whereas I think the first 5 I was definitely wanting to. Like,
look at you with a 360 before you get going. Fancy.
Yeah. We had a couple of running coaches coming in a couple of weeks ago, and to be fair, like I didn't listen to a single thing. It seems like that.
Do you know, on that, you never feel like you are getting up to enough pace. I mean, to really implement that, but
you're just really shuffling.
You're changing your body angle so frequently, like chest down to touch the ground, both feet obviously behind the line touch the ground. I think getting into a rhythm of like, I found that in the later rounds I would plant, spin a little bit, plant the rear foot and start to press off like that. I felt really comfortable. I don't know why I felt more comfortable at this side than the far side. On the turn,
definitely helps with like just having like a favourite side to go on, but you don't want to like necessarily overdo it, because I felt my left side of my back kind of blow up a little bit in the last couple reps for sure. But we're in about 6 minutes in this workout, and you kind of see that the pace is dying down a bit. Like I'm doing almost like a walk.
We are shuffling.
We're shuffling. We're LMFAO. But like, from there it was just one of those things where you just got to keep going. Big push. I'm definitely redoing this.
Yeah. No, you've got to bring that. You've got to sort that pull-up thing out.
Is there like one notch on it? Yeah, probably. Just
I'm not worried about that now. So that's then the sheer volume of the burpees start to creep up. So in the beginning, you spend more of your time on the shuttle runs, and then in the end, you obviously spend more time in your burpees. So, which workout was it that went up? Oh, the wall walk one. So not
369. That was
the year
2020.
before, the double under one.
Yeah, that was 2020.
And you like looked at the board and you were like, looked at the clock and you were like, oh my god, I've got ages left. You looked at it again, you were like, I'm done.
2 minutes.
Yeah, because there was so much time spent on the increase in wall walk. So that's a bit like this. Shant, you called out. You were like, so many minutes left, and I was like, Jesus, like, I might have gone off a bit hot here, which we definitely did. And then turned and looked at the clock a little bit later on, and we only had like 3 minutes left, and you knew that last 3 minutes were all pretty much going to get sapped with getting the run done into the burpees.
Yeah, I think like, if I'm being honest, the game plan was like go out hot in the first 5, 10, 15, and then like when you reach that kind of 20th pull-up round, that's when you really have to turn on those like the pace and head on, and just think about just form, just think about chest on floor, hips up, snap up, and then from there, like especially if you're like using that momentum on the pull-up, try and think about swimming back right into the burpee, so you can see where my feet are. I go into the pull-up, and then from there my feet come back slightly, and then I go straight into it.
I didn't think about that.
Rather than like going straight
around. Yeah, that's better.
So you want to think about like, as you finish it, like descent down by swinging a little bit back into your burpee.
Yeah, I like that. I like that little tip. The other thing I like is, I think the extra effort on the jump is worth it.
What do you mean?
So like, you could do a little jump and then rely on a pull. The pull is so slow compared to the speed that you get out of the jump. Like You know, you're thinking like a reverse push press. You like power from the legs and then just finish it off with the arms and the pull.
So it's like cheating.
It is. Mark's going to love his strict pull-ups here.
Yeah. I wonder what bar he's going to use.
Yeah. Shuttle runs. I think if you really wanted to delve into the weeds on this one, it'd be like, right, my shuttle run pace that I think I can maintain is this. And just like keeping an eye on the timer. So right, I'm going to start, like finish your burpees, look up at the timer. We estimated when we were looking at the announcement, we were like a minute for the shuttle runs. I mean, we can have a look again and when the timer ticks over on the last one and see what our pace was. I bet it was more than a minute. Because we were like legging it back and forwards going, oh yeah, it's 6 seconds. It is not 6 seconds, right? Time, it's going to be 6 seconds for half of one now, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, so we're at nearly like 10 seconds. So what's that? 40% more?
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna pull me up on that? Richard Brown will.
Something like that. It's not bad though. I think like as long as you find a pace consistently. I think what's gonna really kill you is if you stop on the burpee pull-ups. If you're like, because you can go as slow as ever, but if you're fully recovered, what really matters is like those reps on the burpees, because like especially when I felt in the first 20 I was like, oh, I'll be alright, but then around the 25, that's when I was like, oh crap, like I've got 30 next, you know what I mean? And that was when you had to like really push it. I think this is around the 20 right now, and you can kind of see that I'm a little bit like speeding up the reps a little bit, just trying to get through them and just kind of see what that is.
Jump without even thinking about it. Like jump and figure out where the pull-up bar is afterwards.
Just feel it for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling for it, not necessarily like looking and being hesitant. Like you want to think about
just go,
just hands up,
go.
grab the bar, go.
I think as well that underhand grip really helps with that, because you can kind of just like put your hands forward, then slam them back. When you get it, you get it.
I agree. I think no grips on this one, because like you're not cycling anything, you're not connecting reps. If anything, what I did was I just take my fingers, my index one, and then my.
What was that for?
Just because it's a little bit, just a grip, just essentially just as like it doesn't have to have like your whole palm, but like if you're on the fingertips, if you look at the bar that I grab, I'm pretty much just grabbing by my fingertips rather than my actual palm going into the bar. So I was just thinking, why not? And especially if you're like lifting as well.
Oh mate, I think you're using like 10-15% more energy to get your rep done each time than I am.
I'm getting my knee, like I'm doing
that is so much worse when you look at it like this.
I changed my kip into more of like a knee up, kip up sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like one of those gym bro reps.
Better though?
Oh,
Would you start with that on the next one?
Nah, because I think, to be honest, the reason why I did that is because my freaking quads was like cramping, like literally from all the jumping on that bar. My quads were cramping, like. It was good though.
It was. It's one of those workouts that's like, if you kind of really want to push the pace, you can like push the pace, and you know you can always do another burpee. And pull-ups, if you do get fatigue from the pull-up on this, I don't know. I think if you've got a decent amount of strict pull-ups, you're never even going to see it as a factor. I didn't see any of them pulling strength was even a factor.
Yeah, for me it was a little bit.
You thought it was? Lucky? Well, it was absolute precision that I'm 5'9", and with really short arms and short legs and long head.
Good squat.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I was going so fast.
The turn's critical at this point.
Yeah.
Like getting ready for the turn, spin, press away. Yeah. Probably not the most exciting spectator open workout we've ever had.
It's like
about this.
It's like a World Cup final, and it goes 0-0, and then it goes to penalties. And it gets really exciting.
It's all about the last 5 minutes, as it
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Rule of life.
So what have we got left? 2 minutes of the first bit. So 15 minutes to get as many reps done as you can in that ascending ladder, and then you go into 5 minutes for the thrusters. So guys, tomorrow when you're doing it, it is going to be really, really fast okay, it's going to be mega quick, the class. If you think we've got 2 20-minute blocks to get through of people going through in 2 heats, they've only got a 60-minute window, it's going to be tight. So apologies in advance if you feel rushed. It's just what we're dealing with. Soz. Soz.
For the openers.
Yeah, just gotta. It's better than those bloody overhead walking lunges that year. That was awful. With 7-foot bar, you could have one person going at a time. Right, so we're into the last 60 seconds, and yeah, turn on the afterburners a bit.
Definitely, I was like, crap.
I think that the extra amount that you do, like if you could add up that extra pull up, you can see it here. It's night and day. I'm jumping and I'm already pretty much my chin's over the bar, whereas you have to genuinely do a pull every single time. That would be really bad.
Yeah, I can see it.
So last 30 seconds, just in the pain cave.
Yeah, that's my chin. I can see I'm burning. My quads are gone at this point.
So you're doing like a jump every single time, aren't you? You like to jump and a pull up.
Jump, go.
Whereas I can carry a little bit more momentum at that height of bar.
Yeah.
I'll teach you for being taller. Last 10 seconds. Coach Riles is telling me to keep going.
I was like, nah.
I got that last rep on the thing. Damn right I did. That timer started wrong.
I'll let you decide that, people.
I'm having it. I need to cling on to everything. I'm having it.
And this is when...
What did you get? How many reps did you get?
I got 16 on the 30.
I got 18, and I'm having that last one. So it's not, on the video at least, it's not a total whitewash this year, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, because it was looking that way. Right, and then we're into the second bit. The amount of fatigue that you're carrying into a 1RM is massive, huge.
100%.
Although, not as bad as, like, say sometimes when you've done, remember the dumbbell squats, so you are actually carrying like load, and through like the same pattern, whereas that's not this, which maybe is a little bit of an advantage. You're not doing squat after squat after squat and then being made to squat clean.
5 minutes is now though.
It is really, really tight 5-minute window. It's nothing.
3.5 minutes pretty much. I'm like, look at I think I started with 100 and you started with what?
80.
80.
And I was like, honestly, at that point, I was like, Jesus, I don't even know how 80 is going to feel.
Same. I was like, let's see how this first one goes. I think the biggest thing with like the threshold weight, you want to think about driving all the way and speed through the middle is imperative.
It's doing like making sure you use every bit of your legs, so that the arms shouldn't bend at all. Is that your quad cramping? Is that what happened?
It was pretty bad.
Was it bad? Can you see it?
Oh wow, pulling some interesting faces at the top.
Third one, the second.
The 110, yeah.
Yeah.
150.
Yeah, I felt
Slow level.
Oh.
I was kind of like, I need to stretch off my quads here.
Yeah. The opening up potentially just a little bit lighter than you think is not. I don't think it's bad advice. Maybe not for like.
If you're comfortable with a barbell, like I think like wasting one lift. When I think if you want to risk it to try and get that first weight on the score, like by all means, it's depending how comfortable you are.
It is. You'd be pretty happy like stepping a bottom number 100 kilos.
Yeah.
So I think it's relative to your bottom number. It's just like if you're pretty like 110. Good effort, Sam. Obviously guiding that bar down lovely there. Well done.
Yeah, with no quads.
Yeah, quads.
There's me crying a bit inside.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Doing everything you can to lock your quads out and then regretting it instantly.
End up in squat pretty much, and I was like, let me get the 2.5.
And the timer goes really, really fast at this point. You know, you're still breathing really heavy. I mean, you can see it in you. You're lying around on the floor.
How's it going?
What are you drinking? What you got?
Monster Energy. It's that sucrose in there, man. Alright, I'm trying to like not cramp up a little bit.
Boosh.
There's Jamie with that Hyundai. That was decent.
What happened on the next one? It'd be like, I don't really want to watch it, but that's a creepy little pose from you there. That's horrible. Don't do that. I'm so glad the bumper plate's right away.
Straight away I could get rid of that lactic now. I was like, this is minging right now. So I got about 50 seconds, I slapped the shit out of my legs, and I'm just like, alright, come on dude, don't be a DMB, just go.
Don't be a what?
Do nothing, bitch.
Yeah, don't be that.
So from there, I think the biggest thing as well, like you want to be confident of getting into that squat clean straight away. So from there, like the turnover is pivotal. Make sure those elbows are set in the catch position.
Yeah.
And from there, driving straight.
Good effort there, like Sam.
I think I got 120.
Yeah, I think you've got 120 with a bit more prep, and then I nearly die.
Oh, jeez. What happened there?
I just didn't. My timing was way out, so like look out for that tomorrow. Obviously, do not, like I point at the camera and say, do not do that tomorrow, guys. Don't put it over your head. The problem is just press too early. So at the pivotal, like at the main point where opening the hips to add speed to the bar, I just rushed it. So don't do that. Okay, so there we go. Sam's on the floor having a mint time. I've just nearly decapitated myself, and we've got 1 week to go. Anything to add?
I think just remember guys, like you want to be, I wouldn't say conservative on the run, but you want to like push so you can like have a decent score on the thruster. So
yeah, remember the 2 workouts, and I'm presuming they're equally weighted.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they've got to be, don't they? So yeah, you know, you've got to try and get as high a score in both of them. Don't totally destroy one for the other.
There's not enough time to recover in the lift.
Nope. Okay, signing off. Week 2 done.
Sweet.
Bye bye.